Okay, we are starting on our first lesson, figuring out what an equation is and identifying solutions. So you'll be able to, given an equation, tell me if it's true, if it's false, this fancy word open, and if I give you a number and I say, does this number, is it a solution? You'll be able to tell me yes or no. So an equation is really an expression with an equal sign. So everything we've been dealing with so far has been expressions. An expression is something like this, x plus 2. You're just expressing x plus 2. You don't know anything about x plus 2. It's just x plus 2. An equation would be x plus 2 equals 3. So an expression does not have an equal sign. An equation does have an equal sign. An open sentence is an equation with a variable. So pretty much all of algebra is open sentences. It's really weird vocabulary though, open sentence. But all of algebra is dealing with open sentences because we're given an equation and we're supposed to figure it out. And a solution, you need to know this one, a solution makes an equation true. Okay, so first learning objective, you need to tell me if I give you an equation, if it's true, false, or open. So you simplify both sides and verify if they equal. That's what you need to do. Simplify both sides and see if they equal each other. So, first one, 24 plus 18, does that equal 20 plus 22? Well, I don't know 24 plus 18 in my head, so I'm going to just quick do that. 8 plus 4 is 12, carry the 1, 2, 3, 4. Does 42 equal 42?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a true equation. And some of you might be like, why the heck are we even doing this? Why can't we just start solving? This is showing you how you can start checking your work when you solve equations to make sure you do have the right solution. 3y plus 6, does that equal 5y minus 8? Is that true, false, or open?
Open.
Open. Because you don't know, how do you know if they equal each other? What the heck is y, right? So I have no idea if this is true or false. So it is open. It's an open sentence because of the y, the variable. 2x minus 14 equals 54. True, false, open?
Open.
Open. Because what the heck is x, right? You have no idea what x is, so this would be an open sentence. Okay? Next one. Does 7 times 8 equal 54?
No.
No. I had some people say yes last hour because I was tricking them. They were like, oh, maybe I know my facts wrong. Yeah, 56 does not equal 54. See how I wrote the equal sign with the slash? That means does not equal. So this would be a false equation. So equations are true, false, or they're open. Okay, those are the things. That's learning target number 1. Learning target number 2. I'm going to give you an equation with a possible solution, and you need to tell me if it's a solution or not. You're going to plug the number in for the variable and verify. So it looks really weird. What looks weird, it's not a hard strategy, but what looks weird is how they represent it. So I just want to show you the symbolic form of this so you know, because it's going to be with you next year and when your freshman year in high school and all that fun stuff. So let's say I have x plus 2 semicolon, wait, I need to have it has to be an equation, equals negative 3 semicolon negative 5. semicolon right here, this means 4x equals. So this means 4x equals negative 5. That means I plug negative 5 right there. So whatever is after the semicolon is what you're plugging in for the x. And this would obviously be a true statement. So I'll show you, I'll go through the beautiful work. Now this, you need a work slip today. So the first one, does 32 equal 2x plus 12? So semicolon 6. So that semicolon means 4x equaling 6. So I'm going to put a 6 where the x is. So does 32 equal 2 times 6 plus 12? I'm just showing my beautiful math. Does 32 equal 12 plus 12? 32 does not equal 24. No, it is not a solution. Now I have some very detailed students and some students that are like, hate showing their math. So I know a lot of kids are going to show me math this first way, but the biggest question is, what do I have to show you? So what you would have to show me, I'm going to erase this right now, but what I would expect nothing less from would be something like 32 does not equal 12 plus 12. No. Okay? That shows me everything I need to know. That shows me that you plugged your 6 in, that you followed the right order of operations, and that you know they don't equal each other. So the maximum and minimum amount that you can show. Okay? I do prefer beautiful math, meaning you show me all of your steps.
That's just wasting time when you
Disagree. I think it's prepping you up for doing long algebra problems that we will be doing this unit.
Oh.
Okay, so the next one, 5b minus 6 equals 43, semicolon 10. What am I plugging in for b? 10. So the 10 is going to go to the b. So now I want to know, does 5 times 10 minus 6 equal 43? 50 minus 6 equal 43. 44 does not equal 43. Nope. 10 is not a solution to this equation. And the last one, 6m minus 8 equals negative 5, semicolon half. So what am I putting in for the m? Half. Yep, so this half is going to the m. So 6 times 1/2 minus 8 equals negative 5. Half of 6 is 3. 3 minus 8 equals negative 5. Negative 5 does equal negative 5. Yes! 1/2 is the solution. Again, this is prepping you up for tomorrow when you solve. You can check your answer to make sure you got the right one. You just plug it back into the equation. Okay, third learning target. So first learning target, I give you an equation, you say true, false, or open. Second learning target, I give you a value and you have to tell me if it's true or false, the number I gave you. Third learning target is writing an equation. So writing an equation, if I give you a word phrase, is means equals. You need to know that. Okay? Like if I said that my husband is 29 years old, it would be husband equals 29, which is not a true statement. That's false. Okay? So you need to remember your vocab words from Unit 1, sum, product, quotient, difference, less than, all that fun stuff. Yeah. So the sum of 3x and 2 is 7. The first thing my eyes go to is the is. So I know it should be equals 7. That's what I know, because the is equals. Then I analyze the other thing. Sum of 3x and 2, sum means add. So 3x plus 2 equals 7. the product of 7 and the sum of 3 and x is 8. Notice I'm like marking the text here is really what I'm doing. I underlined the 2 vocabulary words, and then I put an equal sign under the is. So I know it should be is 8. And back in Unit 1, when we had 2 vocab words, that means you need parentheses. So this is the product of 7, so it's 7 parentheses, and the sum of 3 and x, so 3 plus x. This is the product 7 times that sum, okay? So when there's 2 vocab words, you have parentheses. 6 less than x is negative 12. Look what I do. What did I do first?
Put the equal sign.
Yeah, I did. I put the equal sign. It helps me the most. So now I have this gone. 6 less than x. Is it x minus 6 or 6 minus x?
X minus 6.
Yep, because less than means less important. You put that number second. Okay? So you can tell me if an equation is true, false, open. You can identify solutions, and you can write equations.